sociologists for many years have identified the needs for food and shelter and clothing as basic needs. We know in the communities that we live in our neighborhoods, that there is a wide disparity sometimes, a wide gulf between what some people have and what others have. And often that's of no fault of their own, although human nature, we tend to think, well, maybe if they worked harder, maybe if they did more, maybe if they didn't waste so much. But it's been my experience that people who truly need don't have anything in excess to waste. But those very people sometimes do have things that they can share. And sharing is really about justice, about ensuring that everyone gets adequate material things for them to live their lives in a way that will provide them with some satisfaction. Young people who are hungry don't work well, don't work as well as they would if they were well fed. They don't do as well in school, they don't do as well in anything that requires a bit more initiative and so on. And God gives us the tools to be able to help them, not in a spirit of charity, not just walking down the street and handing out things and feeling good about that, but to actually roll up our sleeves and to do something, to bring justice to the lives of people, to share what we have, and to realize, to think within ourselves, what is it that we have been given that we can share with others? No strings attached, no idea of trying to tell people what they should do with this, just arming them with some tools to make their lives better if they're to work with them. And sometimes we have to teach people how to work with some of the tools that they need, and then allow them to assume a personal responsibility and move on. People bringing food and each week to help the food bank does immeasurable good. It allows single moms, it allows single teenagers living on their own to access at least some basic nutrition, and then that can free them to go on and to live more worthwhile lives without the worry of hunger that just gnaws at them and consumes the focus that we take for granted, and that causes them not to do as well as they would like themselves to do. And it's not all up to God, it's up to us. It's our responsibility to live God's justice and to bring God's justice to the lives of our fellows, and not just fellow Christians, but fellow people, the people in our neighborhoods, in our communities, the people in our world who look to us, those of us who have gifts, some more so than others, but we all have something that we can share, and in sharing we can feel the grace of God, and that we can feel some satisfaction and the grace that comes from doing God's work and doing it well. We don't have to do everything, and we can't do everything, but each and every one of us can do something, and it's that something that's important, and it's that something where you will find an interaction between you and God. That's where you'll find God, in those little things and the big things, in anything that you do to help bring about a better world, the world that God wants for us.